And welcome into Making Sense. If you saw the newspaper about 2 weeks ago, there was a real cute political cartoon. It was about a young man just graduated from school doing a selfie with his cell phone with his mom and dad next to him. And the caption underneath said, "These are my new roommates." Oh, kind of scary. It looks like he just graduated and maybe the economy is not getting him where he wants to be. So today we brought in the guru of the economy, Brandt McDonald, and you're with McDonald, Barranco, and Hagen Wealth Management.
That's correct.
And we want to we're getting into June now, and let's kind of take a look at where the economy is going in 2014.
Yeah, so at the end of the year in 2013, we talked about the fact that economic growth was beginning to show signs of an actual tiny slowdown. Mm-hmm. We haven't seen much progress in the first half of the year. Corporate earnings have been slightly up to getting a little bit better, but by and large sort of stuck in neutral, kind of what one economist calls a plow horse economy. Mm-hmm. And so we had hoped that we would see a little bit more traction at this time of the year, at the midpoint of 2014, but we haven't really seen that. As a matter of fact, the jobs picture still seems to be a little bit clouded. Unemployment number, the actual published number, has come down, which looks great for headlines, but when you look at what we call the U6 number, right, that number, which shows the actual participation rate, has not really improved that much. Not as much as we would like to see anyway. Mm-hmm. So by and large, if you look at the stock market indices and other metrics and economic data that we use to gauge the economy, the stock market indexes themselves are flat throughout the year. So we had a great year last year, but this year not a whole lot of progress. In fact, it's pretty much zero growth for the stock market. On top of that, we've seen the Fed begin to taper their QE program, which is what some things we talked about the last time we were on the show. And I think that that's beginning to have a little bit of an impact as well. Setting up for the rest of this year, for the balance of the year, I think that as we start to get out of some of the problematic areas that we had with weather in the first quarter, right, and so on and so forth, I think we're going to start to see industrial manufacturing pick up just a little bit. I think that things can improve slightly. But there are a couple of things that have really impacted the jobs market. So you talk about that young man who's looking for the job, and it is tough. It's tough out there. These jobs are becoming much more highly specialized than it used to be in the past, and so I think that it's the old days, I think, of just getting a basic degree in college, that's better than nothing. Right. But companies out there that are actually hiring are looking for specialized skills more than anything else. That's sort of the reality of the new economy that we live in today. So all in all, I think that it's going to be very important to monitor Treasury bond yields, to monitor the overall health of these corporations, particularly U.S. multinational corporations, who are so intricately tied in with international markets, which have also begun to slow down and have had a bit of a problem over the last 12 to 18 months.
So basically, when we're talking about the jobs, in order for us to start to get the employment moving, we've got to be over 300,000 jobs, new jobs created each month, don't we?
Well, we do, and the greatest impetus to job creation, in my view, Jack, is the fact that we have seen a massive invasion of the private sector in Washington. Whenever you invade a free market capitalistic system like we have, and with new regulations and new fiscal oversight, you're going to see the gears of prosperity and the gears of the economy begin to slow down. The free market system is designed to allocate capital in a highly efficient way. And when you disrupt that flow through unnatural outside influences, then you start to see a slowdown, and that's what's happened. So the Federal Reserve has done all they can do to try to grease the tracks through monetary policy, easing of money. They've done everything they can. I think that story is all but done, and I think now what we have to shift our focus to is the November midterm elections. Most of the country is going to be watching that very, very closely to see which candidates come into office that represent free market, pro-free market.
Less government involvement.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Okay, well, I'm going to get you to come back over the next couple of weeks because right now we're looking at about the 6-month mark also for the Affordable Care Act. and what its effect has been on the economy also, because I think there are some interesting insights there also.
Yes, absolutely.
Great.
Look forward to it.
And we'll be right back right after this.